All right, guys, so today I'm going to try out something that is a variant of something I use all the time, but this one's different for me. A lot of you probably have been using them for years, but it's new to me. My mind can't quite wrap around it. Hang in there through the opening, and we'll get right into it.
I'd say it's a nut job.
All right, so basic hot rodding 101, a 1-inch spacer. I have run spacers on everything I have ever owned. I love a spacer under one. I have firsthand seen the benefits of running a spacer. This one's an old one and it's got some issues, but I run spacers on everything. Now, I love these 1-inch aluminum spacers. I particularly love the ones that are open, or I don't know what you'd call it, recessed, hollowed out, whatever, on the sides. I believe they dissipate heat really well. And I've seen on the track, on the time slip, the benefits to using these. So I'm a big believer in these things. With all the new parts I've put on the wagon, it's having an issue it's never had before. I'm getting a little heat soak in the carburetor. I don't know why it's doing it now. It's never done it before, but it doesn't matter at the moment. I'll figure out why as we go. But the car doesn't run hot. The car gets to 190 and stays there, but the carburetor's getting hot. One of the easiest ways to address that is a phenolic spacer, or a spacer in general. Now, I have used the phenolic, like the plastic spacers, in the past, and honestly, I can't tell any difference between them and the aluminum ones. They seem to do the same thing. Maybe there is some science there, but I don't know. But a spacer I've never used that a lot of you guys have probably been using for a long time, but it kind of, I can't wrap my head around it. This is a wooden laminate spacer made by Edelbrock here, part number 8720. Now, I know a lot of people have used these things in the past. I've seen photos, I've seen things where people have used these, but I've always been kind of nervous about wood. I mean, I've seen what happens when wood gets wet, right? And it's got no choice but get wet because fuel passes by it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I've seen a lot of people use them. People said, get out of your head. They're fine. Don't worry about them. I've never used one. It's pretty, though, ain't it? It ain't even out of the package, and it's pretty. But I've never used one. So we're going to put this one on the wagon, see what it does for our heat soak issue, which I'm sure will probably solve that. But I also kind of want to see if it's going to last. That definitely feels like wood. Look at it, though. She's pretty. But how is a wood spacer ever going to last in what could only be considered a damp environment? I mean, fuel passes right through here. You know what I'm saying? When you buy these, if you have not ever bought a spacer, when you buy these, they come with gaskets, 2 gaskets. They come with longer studs. So you have everything in the package you need. Again, this is Edelbrock part number 8720. All right, so it's in here. Now let's get in here and pop off the carburetor and set the spacer under it and get to it. I'm going to show you, because it won't take much, step by step how it's done. All right, let's start by getting this air cleaner off. I really kind of want to put VRS carburetor on here, but man, it just doesn't need it, Well, they all need them, but This is a good carburetor, so kind of hesitant just to change it for no reason other than I just want something different. These little spacers right here work great if the base plate is coming in contact with your carburetor or hits something over here. These little spacers work great to raise them up and get them off the carburetor. I've got all different sizes in these things. So the first thing I want to do is disconnect the throttle cable. This has a little split ring, car key, whatever you want to call them. Work with me, baby. There we are. Got the little split ring out. Now it's important to lay that somewhere where you'll drop it and never be able to find it again. Then we just disconnect the throttle cable. Let's connect our vacuum line for the distributor. Unhook the fuel line. Fuel is going to come out of this, so you'd be smart to lay something under it to keep from getting fuel all over your engine. One of the downsides to these carburetors is the fact that you cannot get a socket on these back two bolts. Well, it's not that I've ever figured out how to do it anyway. Again, put these somewhere so that they fall off and you can't find them. Lay our bracket out of the way now with a throttle cable on it. And when soaking up the gas and putting something under the carburetor, I like to find something that's the most flammable thing that you can possibly find and put under there to soak it up. An old oily rag is great. Come on, nice and gentle like. Come on, nice and gentle like. Come off nice and gentle like. Oh yeah, well, probably would if you'd unhook the spring from it. Now we'll set this out of the way. Now, like I said, in your package, when you get your spacer, comes new longer studs, bolts, washers, everything, and new gaskets. So everything you need is in this kit. So let's start assembling this now. These studs have a short side and a long side. Short side goes into the intake. Just like that. Screw them down so they won't move. All four of them. We take one of our gaskets now. Drop it on there. Then we're going to set our wooden spacer on here. Who knew that carpentry class would translate over to automotive? Take our second little spacer. I mean, not spacer, I'm sorry. Gasket. Set on there. Now let's set the carburetor back on. Carburetor back on. Mosquito flying around. Okay, I'm going to stick the spring on first because it is a little bit of a pain in the rumble dump to do with the bracket on. In here, get our throttle bracket set on. Get that started on the front. I'll drop it down the intake. There you go. Huh. Never underestimate the power of a magnet. One little fold on the intake, and that's naturally right where that went to fall. Come on now. Get started. There we go. Now try to get the nut started back here. Once you get them started, you're fine. I'm sure somewhere they make some kind of specialty skinny nut. It's like a 7/16 or something that goes right on it, but that's not what you normally get. So now I'm going to snug these up. Snug, not tighten these up in a cross pattern. So we snug that one a little bit. This one's not even run down all the way. Over here, give it a little snug. Go ahead and just double snug everything. Once we have double snugged everything, then we'll come back and tighten it. All right. All that's left now is the throttle line, our vacuum advanced on our distributor, and our fuel line. Hook up our throttle cable first. Straighten my car key out. What do you call them? You call them split pins or car keys? Growing up, all I ever heard them called was a car key. And as I got older, I hear people refer to them split pins. At the end of the day, they're the same thing. You know how it is when you're a kid. You hear the generation before you refer to them as whatever the hell they want to refer to things as, and you pick up that habit sometimes. All right, hook up our vacuum line for our distributor again. Now with all that on there, we're gonna stick our little spacer back on there. Like so. You can set the base down on there, and now you know it's on there good and clean. Do a little rotate that's sitting on there. Then put your lid on. And make sure I'm tucked in everywhere before we tighten it down. And what we are, snug that down. All right, now we're ready to see if that solves the heat soak issue. Putting a spacer on one is a very simple process. It doesn't require much effort at all, but there's a lot of benefits to running a spacer. Pretty much anyone will tell you there's a power advantage. Depending on who you listen at as to how much power you gain. But I will say, if you go and watch a show like Engine Masters or something where they dyno test stuff, a spacer always makes more power. Sometimes it's negligible, 2 or 3 horsepower. Sometimes it's 10 or 15 horsepower. But a spacer always makes power. But one of the things they will also do is stop a lot of heat soak into the carburetor because they get that carburetor up off of that intake. And what heat soak really is the intake gets warm and it transfers that heat upward, which heat rises. It transfers that heat upwards into the carburetor. So now we just need to put this one to the test and see if that solved the problem we were having. Y'all hang in there. All right, so it's been sitting here running now for a few minutes. idles with 50 pounds of oil pressure. I mean, I can't really say much bad about it. If this stops the heat soak problem, then I think we've got a winner and we're ready for a road trip. I'll need to drive it around a little bit, to make sure, but I fully expect to see this thing on Power Tour this year. So, hopefully, if you've never done a spacer before, hopefully you learned something from this. If you have done spacers before, sorry to bore you. I mean, I don't know what to say. I've never ran a wooden spacer before, so this is going to be new for me. Hopefully, there's no issues with it and it's as advertised. We will see. The only thing I haven't done yet is change the plugs. I need to go ahead and change the plugs in it. But for the most part, I think it's kind of ready. We're definitely going to spend about a week or so driving around before we do anything else to it. But we'll find out together, right? All right, it's up to temperature. I just turned the switch off, and we're going to do a hot start with it first to see if it starts good when it's hot. And then we'll come out in a couple of hours or so and do a cold start with it and see what happens there. So let's try a couple of different starts. All right, let's get in here. I don't want to touch the gas. Foot's over here. Take it out of gear, and I just want to bump the switch and see how it hot starts. Hey, I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. Beautiful. I'll take it all day. As you can see, the speedometer is still broke. I haven't fixed that yet. Well, I guess I'll just come back out later and cold start it and see what it does. Shouldn't be any problems. I think maybe the little wood spacer did its job. I'll know when I drive it around a little bit and see what it does, but I think we're in a better boat than what we were when we started. Guys, I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for supporting the channel. Thank you so much to all those who have subscribed, who have liked, who have shared, and comments, guys. Don't forget to leave comments. Comments, even if it's just a thumbs up or a comment about a different video or whatever, comments help get these videos out there. So don't forget to like, share, and comment. And if you have not subscribed, please do. Also, you can find us on our second channel now, Frizzell Outdoors. We have divided now the, we do a lot of, when we do road trips and stuff in these old cars, we do a lot of like covered bridges and do fishing trips and stuff like that. And I've been putting them all on the same channel, but some of you guys may not want to see that stuff when you're looking for a car video. So now it has been completely separated. There's only one video over there right now, but I would greatly appreciate your help in growing that channel as we've grown this one. It's Frizzell Outdoors. As always, guys, again, thank you so much for those who subscribed. We greatly appreciate you. May the Lord bless you more today than he did yesterday. To him be all the glory. And guys, we will see you on the next one.
I'd say it's a nut job.